Now, normally I don't reward bad behavior. Because look, she doesn't have any food, but she's standing there nicely. She's being nice, but this girl here, she'll just, would you relax? Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. Hey, we're locked and loaded. Morning milking, dark outside, cold. I'll show you kind of what I do when I get here. Turn on a turbo heater just to take the brisk out of the air. We got a furnace duct up there, but it just takes the chill off and try to heat some of that stainless up just a bit. Once the cows start milking, milk goes in there, it'll do the trick. But we got a heck of a furnace vent here. There is an old furnace in here in this old barn, so that works pretty good. 8-stall parlor. Nathan's be on his way, and he'll lock him in, and we'll get started milking, and I'll show you some of these cows and give you a walkthrough. Let's go. Let's go. Good morning. Say good night. I'm slowly on. Morning. Clean them off. Clean the bottom of them teat ends off. Nice fluffy clean cow here. Clean. Taking no place to go. All systems go. It's so hot in here, I didn't take my shirt off. Uh-oh. She's going doo-doo. Covered up with a woods and water magazine. She's got a place to go. There's no way. Okay, first group of cows are on. Receiving jar is filling up. It'll pump over, around, and down. Filling this tank 1 today. Milk hauler came yesterday, picked all the milk up. Thankful for them milk haulers. They do a good job having to truck down these roads in the winter. Nathan's back in here, locked and loaded. He said they were all accounted for, all up, all locked in. I got one cow in particular I want to show you. Hey, 191, Nathan. Alright. When she comes in, she's very annoying. But I know a lot of you dairy farmers on there say, you like them annoying cows. She's obsessed with these pellets. These are a robot pellet I switched to. It used to be a complete pellet. But we were feeding too much of it. I had to get a cheaper pellet. Now I'm feeding the mineral in the mixer. But this 191's kind of like her, but way more aggressive. This one here, she's kind of cute, and you know what she wants. We'll feed her. 199, she'll start banging around. She eats about 3 of these just to keep her content. Yeah, they hear that, and they're it's just a nice breakfast snack. Going out. 3 exit ramps, this being the middle one. They can pull a rope. And she goes, hey buddy, keep moving. Atta girl. and we reset. Who's that? 49. 49? Here she comes. Morning. Hook this hook on here, like that. Brush them off. Pre-dip. So 8-stall parlor put in 1964, 1965. They put a door in here. Other side of that wall was the original stanchion barn they used to milk in. Nice red and white here, speckled. 8 stalls, 3 exit ramps, 1964-5. So they started with 4 stalls. You see the difference in the concrete here? They added on in 1985. And then another 2 stalls, added an exit ramp each time with a maternity pen on the other side of that wall. This was 2005. And now we're about tapped out, maxed out with the length. And this is what we got. This one here, we'll put her in reverse. See, they know how to back up. Grab this rope and you say, hey guys, see you later. Have a good day. Refeed the stall. Next, big black. Wow. Wow. Hey buddy. Sometimes they're so big, I'll use this strap. Actually had a subscriber sent me that, veterinarian. Use that for pulling calves. You coming out, Nathan? Yeah. Gotta pull that in to get the other stall. Go ahead. Oh, she stretched right out today. There she goes. All right, bud. Now you can back up. These cows are huge. A nice bag poking out the back there. Most of them are big. They're just big. This paper you're seeing I get from in town, my old wrestling coach, Randy Jorgensen. This is a November 2025 edition, last month. Woods and Waters News. We use it for splatter control, and if the milker falls off, it'll keep it a lot cleaner. Plus, we like to recycle it. We don't want that paper getting thrown in the landfills. Yeah, other side of this door, south side of the parlor. Snowy and cold. There's your feed bunks. They exit the parlor, take a left, and there's your watering troughs in that little building, and they move in to the feed. Open here on the north side. Check to make sure this cooler's running. Yeah, she's just kicking on, agitating. Keep that milk down to about 37 degrees. Going out. Bye, bud. Have a good day. One down, big boy. Good. Atta girl. Sometimes you get one that knows how to play the game, and they'll wait and get 2 scoops, but this is an old tank of ours. Been around for years. Got an attitude. You get older, you don't take no crap, do you, bud? Look at that eye. Double can, I always say. Yeah, this parlor works well if you have to get up there and give a shot to a cow. We do our preg checks down there with the vet. You got steps right down there. I get up and walk around, and I'll go out one of them doors and open up a a maternity pen and put a cow in there that needs attention. And then if they need anything, you just take care of them right up there. Bye, big girl. A little tall one right there. Yeah, here's what it looks like on top. There's your exit ramp. Bye, girls. We got a maternity pen here. We keep sand in there because if one goes down, she needs traction, but if it gets cold, we'll end up bedding that down. Then what I'll do, while I got them milking, I come down here and I go through my notes on all the cows that calved. These are all their dates, and then I go back and I've got my pregnancy checks, and I'll go through and decide which ones are going to get no-nighted, which ones might need to be utilized, things like that, all while I'm milking. Bye. Okay, well, the cow I wanted to show you just came in, 199. She's being very, very good right now. I have to lock this strap, and this is how it'll pop the front gate open. Some of them are smart enough to do it. Some of them aren't. Some of them are just very obedient, and they don't want to leave. But she'll get so agitated, she'll start opening all this stuff up. So while there's feed in there, she's happy. Let's see what happens. Okay. Hey, buddy. Now, normally I don't reward bad behavior. Because look, she doesn't have any food, but she's standing there nicely. She's being nice, but this girl here, she'll just, would you relax? She thinks she's special, so. To avoid her ripping the water line out of the wall and causing a ruckus. Sometimes I do. I just reward the bad behavior and keep her quiet. I mean, look at her now. Happy holidays, happy holidays. Here's another nice one that came in. This was our top heifer last year. It might have been 2 or 3 years ago, but she's got a build on her. Like, it's not as clean as I'd like her, but hey, nobody's perfect. Hold on. Big old white 118 right there. Give you a quick update rundown on this Milkhouse, bigger Milkhouse. We put this on 5 years ago. While we were doing this, that's when we lost Mom. And it was quite the shocker, but we followed through, finished it. It was at the request of our milk haulers. They wanted to come here every other day, so we had to put it in another tank. Find a tank. Blew this wall out, took it out, and moved it in. They just built a bigger, more room. I gained an office and put a drain underneath them tanks because that wash seems to eat the concrete away. Still doing it anyway, but I gained a little miniature office area, refrigerator, freezer, and another room is where your vacuum pumps are. 2 vacuum pumps, both plumbed in. One run for every day for milking, and the other one kicks on for the wash. Furnace, dip, water heater, bladder tanks where the water comes in, and some supplies. But yeah, we didn't know about making this Milkhouse so much bigger. It was just a small old milk room where they used to be, and it ended up working out good. You realize bigger is better. More light. That was a dark little Milkhouse. That's how they were back in the day, but this is just bigger, and you actually got room for expansion. So all we're missing now is the milking parlor. And guys, last but not least, my big red and white Holstein. She's big, grandma, 8 calves. I showed you her in the maternity pen a couple videos back, and she had some swelling under here, and a lot of guys saw that. Well, that's because the calf was upside down in there. It took us about 2 hours to get the calf out, my brother and I. I was a little worried about her, but it looks like she's gonna make it. A lot of times you have a long delivery like that, it can really mess them up, but she's got resolve. She's powerful here. See her looking at us when I said that? And she's a beast, so got lucky on her. Put her on. Another staple cow here in the herd. Just excellent, excellent build, excellent attitude. And yeah, she's nice, not as big. Bronze cow here. Look at that color. Okay, out of the milking parlor. Got my bunk scraped. Cows are just kind of hanging out. Oh man, I got an icicle. Fell on my shirt. We'll get these cattle fed. That's your milk, and I hope you liked it. They're finishing up. My brother and my nephew are gonna finish up milk, and that's when I come out and feed the cows. We need them to eat if they're gonna produce more milk and keep them healthy and strong. Start my loader up and my mixing tractor before I start scraping. So this has been running for 15-20 minutes. What I do is I line it up and I'll turn that mixer on. Let her mix a little bit, get that oil, get your juices flowing. I'll turn my grain on. Now this grain, I'm getting to the bottom of this silo. We're gonna be pouring that pad this week. And I'll be bringing dry corn in, ground to just about a powder. And they're gonna put it in that bay of that barn. It's gonna have my mineral and salt mixed in it. This has been working. Like I said, it works. But we're making a change. Faster, quicker, safer. And just like that, we're fed. You see, this is pretty slick. That's why it's grooved. Winter time's a challenge. This winter came busting in on us a little early, but nice moist fresh feed for the girls. Look at them lined up. They're loving it. Yeah. See them horns? They used to be a lot longer. We nubbed them down, but she's about the most friendliest cow we've got. But if she cocked you with one of them horns, it'd be over. Dump some corn silage in these heifer barns. This is how I feed them. Start my truck here and let it warm up. She's cold. All right, that's your milking and feeding video. It's still very cold, but warm up coming. Thought I'd give you a quick look at my 1977 F-350 Arizona truck. Got out of the military, lived in Arizona for a winter, only a few months. And I picked this up. It didn't look like this when I bought it, but it was a clean, solid old truck. It was red. Drove it all the way back, 2,300 miles. Cost me $700 in gas. For some reason, I just haven't forgot that. But I haven't driven that in 4 years. You wonder how the heck you don't drive something in 4 years. Well, I've had a lot go on in the last 4 years. My wife had to tell me that, you know, and now I'm getting a little more catching up, and I'm gonna get that baby back on the road. But it had stinky fuel. It had like 30 gallons of just nasty turpentine. Got it drained. You gotta get it back rolling. But here's the spreader tractor. This was had a leaky rim, so then it in turn punctured the tube. So my brother came in here, and he's a master fabricator welder, welded it all up, patched the tube, put it back in. But when Dad bought this at an auction, this is how this was set up. Set up like 30-inch rows. These are all the way out. It doesn't need to be like that anymore, so we're gonna move them in. Well, they're not moving in, they're froze right up. So we're gonna regroup and get a plan, loosen them up somehow, and still try to move them in. This front shroud I broke. I somehow hit it with a skid steer bucket. Taking that off, gonna replace that. That was a stupid mistake, but things happen when you're on ice, and these tires are spaced so far out, I couldn't get through. It was like an area like this for the barn. I had the bucket up. But anyway, the plan is to try to move these in. It needed a block heater as well. This is a brand new block heater we just installed. That one went bad on it. So leaky rim, block heater, that's why you've seen the white. We're gonna use the white until we get this dialed up. Hopefully another couple days it'll be done. Get the tires in, I'm gonna wax the hood, clean the windows, and get that plastic piece. This tractor's got a plastic piece with it's got a light in it. So get that all done, and we'll get this baby back on the road, and we'll put the white back into semi-retirement. But that's why we got that white for things like this. Now we can dial this up a little bit. It's a heck of a tractor, man. I mean, for the age of it, this is, I mean, look at the spacing on that. We got to bring them in. But yeah, 4240. That's when they made a tractor. So on that note, guys, take care. Holidays are here. Give thanks. Be grateful for what you got. And I'll see you in the next video. God bless.